It's November 10th, and Aaron and I are back in the Big Woods unit this morning. We opted to leave the stands in here last night. Really, the decision was pull them, get them out of here, and possibly not come back and hunt this for, the rest of the year, because it is a pretty good lick back here. Or leave them and come in here, hunt them this morning. And our game plan was really being mobile. We've got about an 8 to 10 mile an hour southwest wind now. Mid-morning it's going to pick up to about 15-16 miles an hour. If we don't have any action, we're going to hop down and head a ridge or two over and see if we can't get into something over there. We were in the stand about 5 minutes this morning, and we saw that same nice mature buck that we saw right here at 25 yards last night when we were setting up. He was with a doe down coming up at the end of this knob from that bedding, and he caught our wind a little bit. We had about a 10-minute stare down with him. He was really just trying to figure out, what was going on with us over here. And that's typical of a mature deer. If he's on a hot doe, his guard was down a little bit. He knew something was up, but he didn't react like he would, say October 1st, where he would get some wind and he'd be gone. So that's good. We're gonna sit tight here for a couple of hours. Once the wind picks up, I think we'll be able to scoot on down a couple ridges over and see if we can get into something down there. We got heavy winds right now, as you can see, 15-20 miles an hour, and all the deer are funneling down into these ditches. They're trying to get out of the wind. Aaron's hunted here the last couple years and hasn't seen much up on tops of these ridges. All the deer like to be down in that bottom and that security cover. So that was the plan, was to stay mobile in here. We're going to still hunt our way over there, use the wind to our advantage, and pick a different tree. Well, it took us about 2 hours to get down here into this bottom. We were creeping along, walking, step by step, waiting, listening. We bumped two different groups of bucks and does that were bedded together, both young bucks, 1 and 2 year olds, and saw a handful of does once we got down in here. Piles of rubs leading down into this bottom. We know that the big boys are bedded down in here. Some of those rubs were, probably up to my waist, chest high, some of them rubbed on all sides. So, and on a map, there's 3 giant ditches that come together down here in this bottom. But we're down here out of the wind. That's what we wanted. That's where we saw all the movement this morning, was heading down into these bottoms, out of the wind, and hopefully we'll see a big one tonight. Well, it's been a fairly slow night today in the bottom. We got set up at about 11:15. Saw our first deer at 3 o'clock, I think, down in the bottom. We did see 2 bucks, both of them with does. One of them was a nice, maybe a 3-year-old buck, maybe a borderline shooter. We weren't too sure. We just got a glimpse of him. But with the amount of does that are in here, I just don't think that the bucks have to really travel too far to get to them. Now, obviously, that could change as the rut, slowly increases and more does are coming in and out of estrus. But as of right now, it just seems like all the bucks that we're seeing are content, just staying close to the does, not necessarily going out and looking for them, which has made it kind of tough. We spent all day in here. We did see quite a few deer. 15-20 deer throughout the whole day. But we're going to pack the stands out of here and probably try another unit here in the next couple of days.